Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 11, Week 14, second to last week of the regular season, and we are tuning into a ranked 5 versus ranked 7 NA, but ranked 9 versus ranked 12 worldwide. And that's where we really want to keep our attention on the worldwide ladder. Top 7 teams move on and advance to our postseason championship tournament. We have essentially every other team then competing for a chance, filling that 8th slot, and it is a insane battle that a lot of teams don't want to be a part of, considering how competitive this top 15, 16 is this season. It's going to be a insane Challenger Cup and an even crazier finals. I'm super stoked for it. Top 7 currently, as we get into the back end of week 14, are beginners on top, pretty comfortably at that. Raptors just beneath them, closely followed by Dead Logic and Boss Fight. Ember, Peacekeepers, and Vikings all also very tight in rating, and the Mayhem, who's ranked again 9th right now, is not out of reach here. They could potentially bump right up in to that 5th, 4th, who knows, worldwide position if they can come out on top here with Dark Matter. Dark Matter, however, have a lot to gain as they're in the 12th place position. If they can defeat a higher rank, it'll really swing them a good bit, potentially up into that top 10 space. And so certainly a lot on the line to compete for here today between these two squads. Take a look at the active pick bans for today. We have Snow Peak coming on for Dark Matter and USS Quest coming out for Mayhem. Map 1 is going to be taking us right on over to Quarantine, and so we're going to kick off this high-octane series with a kind of a question mark of a map. Quarantine, I think 13 or 14 potential objectives. You really truly don't know what kind of style you're going to have to throw out there until you see that objective spawn. And the first one of the day is going to be inside the crashed plane. Inside the 4-story, just next to the crashed plane. So a new objective, one of, I think, 6. And I'm curious to see how DM come out here. Again, a lot to gain if they can come out on top from Mayhem. But Mayhem have been refocusing their attention a little bit here in the later half of this season. They had a bit of a down slump, losing games pretty heavily the last few weeks. But they have, since their loss to beginners, they've beaten Strive and they've beaten Kai, two teams that are really doing well to compete in that top 10. Speaking of, Kai also battling it out against Ember, I think, over on VRML 2 right now. Just double check that. Blaze, sorry, I knew it was one of the fires. Inferno, who knows? Kai and Blaze getting cast over by Trip on VRML 2, so I recommend you get the multi-stream up, because these are two games that, really matter a lot when you look at that other matchup. Kai is ranked 13th, Blaze is 11th, so it's really... The end result of 1 and 2 today is going to shift the ladder violently, basically, is the gist of it. I don't know where this is going to land when we're done with this Thursday, but I'm glad that me and Trip could pop onto the games, catch the action. Taking a look at the active rosters for the day, making sure all the teams are in and ready to go. Over on Dark Matter, we have Dr. Aqua, Wilsell, Ramen, Esco, and Mad Outdoors. Over on Mayhem, we have Wookie, James Boak, Defilade, Mono, and Sky. And so, the Ordinary there. I'm not as familiar with the Dark Matter roster as I am with Mayhem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the core. Yeah. Yeah, it is, right? Yeah, that's the core. I don't think they've added anybody recently. I could be wrong on that. Either way, this squad doing well, coming in since Season 9. And, you know, these Season 9 teams, they're really starting to shine in Season 11. And it's really fun to see consistently whenever I feel like I look at when the team started. It's Season 9 or 10, really. A lot of new squads vying up into that top 16 range. And this series is going to be super exciting to tune into. This is going to be a great learning experience if you want to figure out some new strats for your favorite maps. But this is going to be a heck of a competitive matchup. James Boak, incredibly competitive with his grenades. Definitely learn a thing or two from watching him toss those, and maybe we'll learn a thing or two here today as the gameplay kicks off. Round number 1 starting now.
You're good. You're good, Matt.
Okay. 950.
Yeah, let's go.
Which roof do you want me to go? Which roof do you want me to go? North?
North. North.
Okay.
No, not south. It's north.
That's what I was saying. North or south? Which roof you want?
Yep, I'm going with him.
Good comms coming in from Dark, locked in, ready to go. They have a plan, splitting 2 to the north. The rest taking up central and southern positions. Take a look at the overhead, and you see James not really advancing too far forward. No one necessarily peeking and prodding out onto this north side early. If anything, a little team fire from Ramen there onto Matt. Matt getting ahead of his squad. Yeah, you can hear him there apologizing for that. Misidentifying his teammate in there underneath the shadows. Looked a little dark. You can see when you turn off the overhead, when you turn off the see-through. Yeah, the camouflage in the darkness becomes quite helpful. Enable that back on as the push is coming through. Up onto the north side and through the center. James gonna dish out a nice long-range nade. Doesn't catch Ramen out, but really well tossed. I think Mono has ID'd the others in the north, and everyone trying to piece together the information. James vulnerable to a swing from cell onto the roof. He recognizes that from his position and tucks in against the wall. Will does push out deep onto that roof. She has a potential angle down onto James. Everyone just essentially positioning here down on the south side. They don't want to overextend. They want to wait for the rest of that north squad to push in. Then they're just going to collapse down onto this objective. It's going to be interesting to see how this Mayhem defense fares. This guy's on a really risky spot, super exposed out here. You can see he's got an angle right down onto Ramen, and if Ramen decides to commit out, there's a potential kill there. Wookiee does some identificating as well. Identificating, I don't think that's a word. Takes some shots out regardless and is immediately looking back up to Will on that roof. No picks going in from either side just yet, though. 3:40 on the clock. James may be on the hunt for some kills up onto the rooftop. Actually catches Will out. Esco able to get the refrag there on the side. Mono swings out to catch Aqua, and there's still one left. I think that's the deal with the comms there delivered, and Esco alone in the north in a 1v1 with Mono. No rotation going to be able to come through here from Deflator Wookiee, but at least not immediately. Guy denies entry through the front. Esco saw that rotation from Mono, and Mono pushes out to find the kill. A lone survivor, Mad Outdoors. He is solo camping right now, that's for sure. Living that outdoors life, all on his lonesome. I like the position, though. Technically a 1v2. We can swing here and get this first pick onto Sky. Sky being a little bit aggressive, can afford to be. Doesn't have to be overly cautious on the defenses. They probably have an accurate kill count and know they're into that 1v4 comfortably. the lone push coming out still. Sky does peek out, sees Matt exposed on the side of the wall. I think some shots from that AK-12 and Mayhem put up a solid defensive round on this objective. I'm trying to think what the other defensive styles typically are here on this inside OBJ, and I think a lot of teams tend to focus a little bit more attention to the west. The late west, though. I've seen players take up that second story. The commitment from the edge, the defense from James and whoever else was out here on the end really paid off. James and Mono. 2 and 1 apiece. Sky doing good on that aggressive second story position where he was swinging out comfortably. And you know, I felt like Dark had a good opportunity to push into that objective. They were set up in the center. You know, they had one in the ditch, they had one at burning, and one on the roof. But when James picked Will onto the roof, that's when everything kind of, well, started to be executed. The push comes in on that north side, trade 1 for 1. Then they lose another on the north, and then Esco dies to the fight with Mono, and that really locks in the fate of Mayhem because they don't have their other pincher in the pinch. Everyone directs the attention to the south, shuts down the push, and now we tune in to Dark Matter. Oh no, we had a bug. Come on, man. I think we have to reset the lobby. Yeah, that's what's looking like happening here. Sorry, tech difficulties. Brief pause. Might cut to a intermission while we sort this out. Might take a second to find the appropriate lobby. Don't go anywhere. Series has just begun. Tune into the other action live over on VRML 2. Then come right back, because we will be getting in as soon as we have the lobby set. Will take a touch of time though, so probably 4 or 5 minutes. We'll be right back. App 1 will continue. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for patiently waiting. We are here with round number 2 of map number 1. A brief technical hiccup there forced the pause, and
I'm afraid if I drop something, I'm trying to reset. There should be a quick reset on the floor, and I can't find it.
see how Hawk and Will deal with this defensive setup. They are going to invest Will Cell up into the second floor. This is a bit of a risk. Can get scooped up at range early depending on spawn, but if we tap on over Mayhem, a couple of ducks moving over onto the south.
RV broke.
Get back in position.
See how the loud strategy goes for them. Heavily smoking out the south. Into a 3 launch to the inside of the 2 stories. Certainly an indicator they are here, but decently covered. This smoked really nicely, denying what would have been Sky's position. So the squad able to quack their way over into the gas station. I like the setup. Should pay off. Especially since this defense so heavily shifted over into the north. They do have Matt in the center, Will up here on the second floor, and Aqua inside. But with this kind of push, they really don't have any coverage onto that south end. And so I think they're just going to wait for Mayhem to try to push into this building. It's going to require a crash from Esco and Ramen positioned over in the north. An unfortunate team kill there coming in.
I might have killed one, or I might have team killed with bad probes. I don't know.
Killed.
It's definitely a team kill.
Yeah, we can look at the kill feed. Definitely Defilade getting that shot onto his teammate there.
I claim no responsibility for this one.
Yep, you don't have to, Mono. We saw it. Wookie, on the other hand, in danger close to entering in. Remember the objective not inside here, but inside the building that Will and Aqua are defending. So Wookie can push in here, but then he's going to have to push in from the bottom floor. Sky, Mono coming in from the south end. West side, and it's going to be a full crash inside objective. It's going to come down to how well Mayhem execute this. They're down 1 due to that team kill. So they don't have the perfect 5 to crash in. They send one at a time. It's not going to work out. Matt able to pop up and catches Mono crossing out. Sky and Wookie continue to inch in, but look at this. Ramen pops in. Catches one coming in from the south. Suddenly the south seems better covered.
Burning, or impact.
And it was Ramen in the west. Really able to do a good job there. Catch out one trying to come in, and I like this late defensive setup that Dark's going with. It's really forcing the issue here. But there is no coverage on the outside wall, and I think Wookie can easily cap if he pushes up here to the corner. This is definitely a cap opportunity. Matt has to be able to identify this. As long as Defilade keeps Matt busy with his footsteps, there is definitely a route here for Wookie. Pad out. Code starts to come in. Matt's not gonna ID this. Yep. Will tucked in. They assumed they had coverage on the front, and they had Matt there, but no peek comes through, and Mayhem up 3-0 on map number 1 off of a cap to come through there. What a nice push from Mayhem. Despite them being noisy in the rotation on the south, they shut their bills when they got close to the objective. And that's when it mattered. The silence there from Wookie. You didn't hear any quacks there as he pushed up to punch in the code and lock in 2, but great job from Mayhem, and Dark Matter off to a rough start with this one. Their map pick, important to remember, and Mayhem just running away here on the series. Again, at this level, you can never really count it out, so I'm not saying Dark Matter can't come back from this by any means. We do go to an objective that I've very rarely seen played. Oftentimes, it's at least up at Hospital, but we have the Deep South objective. And I don't know what truly the deal is with this objective. I honestly have maybe seen it twice in League play. And so in terms of a meta defensive setup, I'm not really sure what to expect. I think it's similar to what you would put up onto a Hospital objective. Hospital warehouse objective. One of the rosters, and yeah, no subs going in either, but the full minute and a half being utilized here to strategize between rounds. What did we wait? What? I don't know how we switched objectives after one round. Whatever. I don't ask questions. Into the action we go. Round number 3. Do the math.
I was really just
across
thinking
straight away, by the way,
guys.
guys.
Quack.
But I'm crossing. Okay. Go, 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 go. Quack.
Quack, 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 quack.
Oh, jet. I didn't see any. Stop that cross.
Mono definitely diving down into the south. The fast spawn has come in from Dark Matter. They haven't utilized it because they haven't had Mayhem push up. We're in that deep south objective, and so the initial diving out of the defense doesn't happen. Everyone stays pretty tucked in past this street, so no one's going to cross. So no early picks going to come through. Mayhem's not going to ID anybody over on that east side, and so with deductive reasoning, more attention should eventually shift over here to the west, but they're being silent still with this push. Guy the most forward pushed here, not extending out, holding the late angle, and that's what this, even though this defense is extended just a touch, they are still playing pretty reserved. Wookiee's just peeking out of the corner here, really minimizing head exposure, just with one eye, truly trying to identify anyone that's going to be coming in from that center area. Also has audio comms on anybody that's going to be coming in too quick from the west side, so he is there. Well, for a little a radar, if you will, for the Mayhem team to detect anybody coming in from the west. And then really nobody has to shift. Everyone pretty much defending on objective. We'll keep an eye on Wookiee to see if he overextends. But Mono, James, and Defilade, they have coverage of that east side, but they also have a perfect line down onto objective. And unless there's some good smokes, which would really force the rotation from Defilade way over here in the south, it's a pretty well covered objective right now out of defense. So and we'll see how this push from the west comes through. Maybe up through the center would be a decent idea, but just not sure what DM's plan is. You can look at the overhead. They're playing it pretty patiently, still not really pushed out from this west side. I think it's probably part of their timing. 3:13 left on the clock. Esco deep, just covering the roof, making sure no one's going to be swinging out and shutting down Ramen or Will there. But eventually, Esco's going to need to get into a bit of a better spot. And actually, I think now Esco can put some decent suppressive fire through those windows. All the way down onto James' position. That's the indicator for the push. Smokes come in. The shutdown vision from Sky. Audio denying here for Wookiee, so he's not going to hear Ramen just yet. Maybe that from Aqua. And Wookiee's aware. The suppressive fire, an indicator that something's coming.
There's one next to me at the water tank here, next to hospital. He's the north side of hospital.
Good push there. Sky finds the refrag, but may mistake that for Ramen. Ramen nearly gets team killed because he's taking a very aggressive position. He's going to be able to get up on the roof, and this is going to be huge. From the rooftop here, he can shoot down onto Defilade, who's got an eye up there onto the roof, and he finds Ramen. Ramen could have been devastating to that offense up top, but gets shut down, and
Warehouse.
direct the attention to Will, see if she can push in through James. If she can get control of James' position, it's really actually going to be super effective to attack with onto that objective, but gotta root out James first. You see a lot of lasers brimming over here on this gap as well. Plenty of players aware of the threat. Will's gonna cut through up onto that second floor. Matt continues his push as well.
Another one in hospital.
And Sky IDing Will there. Detonates the C4 off of the smoke. Matt tries to get an angle through the wall, but Sky is tucked into the one slice of pie that Matt can't eat. Matt has to really commit, and there's an easy kill for James as soon as he comes into the line of sight. Will's going to try and find that refrag.
Sorry, I was panic. One in the garage of hospital.
James just IDs it. Maybe thought it was Sky. Will continues to push up. Defilade and James deal with that. And a nice reserve defense from Mayhem is a kill away from taking this map. There it is. Sky rounding the corner, finishing it off. Locking in Mayhem, or excuse me, Dark Matters map pick 4-0. Talking about a team coming back from a tough couple of losses in the middle of the season. I don't know if the prize pool announcement reinvigorated them or what, but this Mayhem team definitely come back to form a good way. Out on top like this, it's going to be a nice boost to the MMR if they can lock in this map number 2. And it is their map pick, so they get to go into the place where they are most comfortable. And I think it was predicted very early on in the stream. Quarantine Subway Downfall would be the map picks, and so far you're right. Subway is where we're headed for map number 2, Mayhem's map pick. I don't think too many people are surprised by that. Playing Subway super good lately. Teams have been banning it from them. And this is not going to be an easy one for DM. They're really going to have to bring out some counter strats to what Mayhem's putting out onto the kitchen here, because Mayhem's been innovating lately on Subway. A lot of teams, in fact, have been innovating on Subway. Not sure what the switch has been for players, but just tons of new strats coming out here. Different ways of executing entries. I'm very interested to see, again, what Mayhem are going to do here against DM, because this is series point. I anticipate it to be pretty dang aggressive, and well, I dare say we're on track for another 4-0 if the momentum continues into the hands of Mayhem. Capitano coming in for Mayhem. James, Deflated, Wookie, Mono, and Capitano. No subs coming in from Dark Matter. Everyone in lobby now. Should be diving in to our first OBJ of the day, which is going to be main subway floor. The one and only center. Oh, actually, it's basement. Excuse me. The true subway objective to get into round number 1 of map number 2. Thanks everyone for dropping by and hanging out. So far, a fun series to watch, and see how Dark Matter bounced back from a tough start here. Still motivated and not necessarily, not seemingly distracted. Esco's going to push up for a bit of a longer angle on the corner. Don't know if Mayhem is going to push up through this bottom space for a little while. Be surprised if they got here early. Wookie's already taking shots through the L, though. Comes flying out, and Ramen's there on the corner to find that kill. Ramen can get Will, res her. Will can then cover the entry that will be coming in from James, potentially from the basement. The other end of things, Esco still here, waiting for Mono and Cappy to push forward. The other fourth, Deflated, coming in from the north end. But a lot of action going to be unfolding here in the basement. Obviously up on Deflade's end, if he can find any picks onto Will or Ramen.
Right behind the middle box.
Flash comes out. Esco, I think blinded, finds the kill and drops back off the LMG fire on the corner. Then pushes back forward, continues to push. Cappy's here. Esco able to tuck back in. The C4 detonated. Wow, what a great play. Great comms just in time. I thought it was fake half the times it is, and Esco denying entry here in the south. James speaks out. He goes down. All 3 dead. Oh no, the basement shut down. Deflate all alone in a 1v5. DM come out hot on subway and just shut down this Mayhem offense.
Enemy flanking down the
I don't even think Deflate's realized
tunnels now.
He's all alone. He's calling out to his team.
The stair behind.
And if he pushes out, Matt has shifted and is ready. Deflated. This is not going to go well here. Still hasn't checked tablet. Still isn't aware. He's in a 1v5. There it is. Not so silent footsteps picked up by Matt. All 5 alive for Dark Matter as they take their defensive round in dominating fashion. Mayhem not innovating on that entry, I can tell you that much. Not a single kill coming through, and that's one way to shut down the momentum is shifted onto your side. What a great job there from DM. Got a link there as well. Come in from Trip. the multi-stream, as discussed earlier. Multiple games going on right now at the top tier of the ladder. These two matchups on 1 and 2 are going to determine a great deal of where that 7 to 9 position, who and what is positioned where. Lots of MMR going to get thrown around here, and Dark Matter again. If they can take a series, if they can win this series, they can bounce back with the map. It's such a huge swing for them, especially depending on what could potentially happen in the matchup on VRML 2. They could get a serious shift pretty close to that top 7th position, 1 through 7, and they'll just have a week left to lock in a dub. It's crazy. Teams taking challenges, huge risks to those challenges that we've seen pay off and fall through. And well, we'll see if Dark Matter on the offense can do anything about it. Mayhem defending in the basement. Double C4 placement coming through. One there, and Wookie, I think, threw his onto the ceiling there. So they have 2 covered on the north end, heavily investing in the C4 placement. Everything else pretty standard, but that's
Oh.
a bit of
Roll
an
away from me.
out of the
Ooh, great.
ordinary play. James gone full castaway, talking to his flash grenades as if they're his compatriots,
Why can't we be friends?
and
Why
singing to
can't
them.
we be friends?
And you know what? Maybe that's the secret that we're tapping into. You have to sing to your grenades to make them go where you want to. We'll see if that soothing song from James will get the flash onto Ramen. He's going to be making his advancement up through the basement. Everyone else going with a little bit of a different route. 2 up through the catwalk. They've already taken control. They'll be splitting to get both sides of the stairs. And 2 coming in from the north. And just push all their way down onto the stairwell already. And pretty good time here. The entire Mayhem team underground, except for these C4s placed here on the stairwell. And well, it seems to be the right C4s, especially if they end up stacking a bit onto that north stairwell. Made, primed, and ready. Waiting for an indicator that someone's down in this basement. Nothing yet, though. Dark Matter taking their time, and they did this in quarantine, but then were interrupted on their setup. I doubt they'll see any interruption here for their setup. Again, except for that. Could rudely interrupt them, technically, but we'll see what the setup ends up looking like. They can hear the footsteps above them, so that's what they are going to try and predict the detonation off. Maybe deflate with a quick peek around the corner as well to see if anyone's on the stairs. Can then call out for a C4, and if he goes down, also an indicator.
Guys, we need to speed up, clear out the tunnels, make sure all rooms are clear before we go downstairs.
Let's go talking about the train tracks. Common defensive positions to take in the dark corners of the tracks, but you can see they've been clearing them out already. Will managing to do all that. Esco clearing out these 2, and so they have full control of this floor, which is, again, more information for them to work with. They should now know that all 5 have to be in the basement if no one's here.
Two minutes.
Be mad already in our position.
Nade comes down, doesn't get over the box. The songs sung by James to his nades don't pay off. The push comes through, and Ramen with the pre-fire able to fire out. The C4 detonates up top. Esco and Matt go down, but they are resible. Does the confirm push come in? No, because there's smoke thrown down the stairwell. Esco and Matt making no callouts does get them up. Aqua reses both recovered from that interruption on the top, but are they going to be ready for another C4 on the stairwell is the question. Nade comes down. I don't know if that's going to be close enough. I don't think that's going to catch out the C4. And actually it's a smoke, so definitely not going to catch out the C4. Defilade denies entry there on the other end. Smokes come through. Aqua and Will come flying out of those smokes. Will finds one. Aqua's looking for the other. Defilade's there. Denies entry onto objective. Aqua finds the second. Cappy has to swing around the smokes. And the pitch from the final 2 left alive from Mayhem gets their round, but a nice attempt from the likes of Dark Matter to get through this defensive hold on the underground. And a nice little play of smokes and reses, but not enough. Mayhem gonna bounce back, and not exactly a mirror of what we saw on Quarantine, but we do go to a capable objective for our next OBJ, so maybe we'll see Mayhem target that cap. If Dark Matter can defend, I would certainly think they'd be targeting it on their next offensive round if they're up 2-1, so a big couple of rounds here for DM in this map. Obviously a must-win to push it to a best-of-3 and defend here, and then attack on an objective that is arguably one of the most capable on Subway. At least the one I've seen capped most. Map number 2, round number 3. On board the Mayhem offense as we dive in.
Shoeing horses?
Nope. I would prefer south and shoot that way.
The over-under location? What?
All the way under objective. The last objective we just had.
All the way under objective. Gotcha.
Yeah, they like to do
Bucko was not quick enough here. He can get down these stairs without me getting in position.
A little concerned about the early defense that doesn't come through. Let's go, if anything, in an interesting position. She's going to try and catch what is most often a pretty quick sprinter up the stairs. And if it's not, it's going to be an easy kill here. Those shots just missing over the shoulder of Esco, but a kill comes through all the way. Nice shutdown, and we'll see if Esco stays. One of those bullets tagged the shoulder. Meanwhile, up through the catwalk, Deflate and Cappy gonna make their push down. They're not gonna run into anything until they get to objective floor. Might be able to get a line down onto Aqua. Matt does have an angle past the soda can if he so chooses to peek it. And that actually is what he's holding there on the corner. James is going to come diving up. Flashes there. Suppressive fire from the LMG all the way through. For some reason, James decides to push that and was maybe hoping the line taken wouldn't catch him out, but absolutely denied there. And Mayhem not having much success on their offensive pushes here. A 5 still up for DM and only 3 left for Mayhem. Wookie's going to try and make his exit out of the stairwell, and maybe they can orchestrate something with the trio, depending on utility available.
Shut up, Will.
You shut up.
You shut your fucking fuck. Fuck.
Can you tell me to shut my pretty mouth?
Shut your wonderful, lovely
Oh yeah, I'm having a conversation. You shut your pretty mouth, Wookie. Why don't you come over here and give me a big old kiss? Mwah.
I think Wookie... Oh yeah, he's there, but... Actually, he's underground. Not the one communicating, but... Either way, Wookie is going to try and come up here. I think Wookie's worried Cappy's going to take shots. Ramen's right here as well, and everyone just out of vision.
-1 horseshoe.
Oh, a nice
Minus another,
spin
he's
from
coming up the
Ramen.
stairs.
Catches Wookie out the stairs. No one dead on Dark Matter defense yet on Subway. Defilade left alone, I think, again. He tries to make a long rotation. Very patient from Matt. Doesn't take shots off of that. Defilade hucks a smoke. And then commits to a bit of a longer rotation. Tons of lasers to deal with, and they had coverage regardless. Kills come through. Nobody from DM dies again on defense. A very solid hold here, and this is not how this can go for Mayhem if they want to take this map. It's their map pick, so they start on Marsoc, and if DM just keep trading these Volk rounds, well, that'll work just fine. They're putting up great Volk defense. The question is do they now go for the cap attempt? What kind of play do they bring in here? They had 1v2 situation on their hands with smokes on OBJ last round when they were attacking, so expect some coordinated efforts with proper utility placement from this squad here. And if that doesn't happen, it's going to be because Mayhem out-aggressed them and interrupted their setup. But I don't know. When DM setups are good, I think they're a little too slow. Well, maybe more beginners-esque, I guess, in pace, but not quite that. About that late. So we'll see. We'll see what the setup looks like. We'll see if they take their time and if that pays off, or if Mayhem are going to be able to sort of rotate their way into some kills, catch some players off guard. I'm not sure, but again, they've been playing Subway well, so to see them struggle like this, bit out of character for the Mayhem squad. Maybe, hopefully not inconsistencies in that Mayhem team, but... Either way, into the action we go. Map number 2, round 4. Mayhem on defense.
Oh my god. Okay.
You want a flash? You want a flash?
Let's get this.
Actually,
Man, you're a fucking Katy Perry song. You're hot, you're cold, you're yes, you're no.
Make up your mind. Hey, I like Katy Perry. I do too.
Why'd I pick south? I'm stupid.
Wait, then leave. What?
No, I'm already here.
Uh-oh. And here's the aggression I'm talking about. Bono's on the stairs. One trades.
Shit.
Are they going to be ready for another? A quick res comes in, an instant kill. Wookiee's here. He's instantly down. The duo swings wide. Akra and Will shut it down.
Two board. Get out of here. Sorry, Ramen. You were our bait.
I've never heard of ramen being used to bait out fish, but certainly worked well there. Down go 2 from Mayhem. That push has to sync up, though, with Esco and Matter. Those kills won't matter much. Cappy dialed in. Wonder where Aqua and Will are going. Thought they're gonna go for catwalk for a second, and I think they are second guessing what they're what they want to do even.
That for you?
Oh, what a great peek there from Esco. On objective defense weakened. And they have to go for cap. Have to risk it for everything here. Get the proper smokes on objective, force rotations from James. Even now, James does swing out, exposes himself a bit, but finds the kill he needs, and actually evens the odds down to a 3v2, so the cap opportunity dwindling as utility falls to the floor. Full control of stairwell taken. Will has an eye down in to James. James is wary of that. There comes the suppressive fire. James has to challenge and actually wins. 2v2 now. Deflate has eyes on the potential cap. James can continue to find picks. Mayhem's holding on here themselves. Dark Matter have to shift that mentality now to kills. Wonder if Matt is going to still try to creep up to that cap point, or if he will be maybe a little bit more worried of Deflate's potential position. Doc actually recommits to peeking the same angle that Will went down on. An incredible risk to take, but I think one taken to try and draw attention. You again see Matt just trying to stealth his way up here. Defilade does ID him, and those shots graze a shoulder. And Matt actually able to tuck in for a brief moment of respite, but Defilade applies pressure just a touch more on the edge. Commits to the peak, and we are trading Volk rounds here, 1 apiece. And we do head over to the North OBJ. Not as crazy as it used to be, but certainly is one that always is fun to watch. See what the north-south split looks like, but one big entry and one small. That's the gist of this objective. Cut you over the scoreboard so you can get an idea of where we're at in the series overall. Tied here for map 2, but I don't know. I think if we just keep going here, Dark Matter are going to end up coming out on top 4-3. Take us to that map 3 decider. That is going to be Dark Matter's map pick, and maybe the advantage can shift back into their hands. Mayhem certainly not out of this one. They've been battling back and forth, but their defensive round's not as clean as DM's, and it is their map pick, so an interesting dynamic we're seeing here. DM struggling on their map on Quarantine, and now Mayhem not necessarily struggling, but not overperforming on their map pick either. And I don't know if that has them concerned, but dark matter is certainly still pretty loose. You can hear them in that pre-round before they jump into the immediate action. Talking about songs and kind of positivity you like to see.
So,
Can get control of that though, then we're kind of fucked.
Here, Matt. You want my nade?
You can still throw a, throw a C4 up there. If I go down, then you can still do it.
Common strat is to invest 1 or 2 up into this tight hallway, as the aggression can come in quick if you're not careful. That flash goes a bit too far. Ramen is able to tuck in. Mono flies past him. Ramen dips out. Can't find James.
-1.
But does get
-1.
one. Another flash. That's well tossed. That catches him out, and James doesn't apply the pressure off it. Tries to time the nade based off of where the shots are. Can't get that. The flash dissipates, and James trades on the corner. 1 for 2. Shuts down the North. A successful defensive hold. Actually, a res available there on James. I thought James was finished, but there is a swing coming in from Deflate here. There's the C4 detonated. That catches James down, so the res there is shut down. Deflate was almost able to scoop it up. Matt's here holding the corner. If Deflate tries to peek this, maybe running into more defenders that he's potentially not ready for. Matt's position super effective. That smoke not where Deflate wanted it. He's going to commit to the peak, and Matt has the angle. A tiny slice of head exposed with the barrel turned sideways to catch the push, and they've only lost 1 this time. We'll see if that's going to be all they'll lose. Wookiee on the hunt for Will's head. The way around, what Will says. She finds a nice pick onto Wookiee's dome piece, and Capitano, the last survivor of Mayhem, in a 1v4. DM doing fantastic on their defensive rounds here. One v4 is certainly doable, but not going to be easy for Cappy here. The big challenge, the double cross. It's going to be very hard to dive through this cross without at least nading one and then shooting the other, so curious what Cappy's utility is. 3 minutes left, has plenty of time to try and slowly analyze and assess where the defense could be. And you can hear the breathing. They actually will give him away. Will tucked into the corner.
He's still on me here in the tracks.
And here's the breaths of Cappy. Call out comes in. Esco able to be defending. Cappy dives. Esco finds the refrag. Cappy was going to try and get the kill and tuck into the corner, then trade with Esco. Would have then had to fight Aqua, and the last defender on OBJ couldn't find the picks they need, and Dark Matter pushed their lead back up 3-2 on Subway. Not sure what the status is over on VRML 2. Quick look. Go ahead and post the link as well. Those who may want to watch both, make sure you're ingesting all of the Onward action that you can possibly fit into your soul. 2 high ladder matches going on right now. Very important to their overall ranking of this week in particular. Be a big bit of shifting. Depending on where these chips lie. Dark Matter have to lock in another round and they'll take us to a series decider map 3, but no easy task. Mayhem have done well to attack and win. Excuse me, defend and win, as we've been trading bulk rounds. And so we'll see what DM go with on this North OBJ.
And I'll flash.
I loaded it.
Here.
Oh,
Where is it, Wook?
I missed
Where is
through
it?
it.
I dropped it. Flash.
C4 toss, not where they need it. I don't know where Mono put his. Oh, a good trade there. Catches one. That nade somehow doesn't get mad at Esco as they push past it. Another frag comes up. That one falls a bit short. Another frag comes up. That one catches Esco and Aqua. The hold there. Another frag comes up. The flash and Matt goes down. James with the utility monster dumps it up into the stairs and gets all 3. The relentless barrage denies DM the entry. Will catches one on the flank. Cappy goes down. So now we're into a 1v3. And I think James may even go for a flank as well. So be a potential 1v1 op for Will. Tucks in and waits for James to push up any more than he already is. Go on board Will, navigating the space, looking for any potential flankers. Dips down into the stairwell at the south and doesn't find much. Is maybe going to swing here to go to the basement. Shout out to the subs from Hoochie and Crispiest Nugget. Uh-oh. Will's going to be pushing up here. James is at the dumpster corner and holding. No way Will's going to recheck this as James swings out. The shots are there. But James has the cover. The 3/4 saves his life. Finds the kill. We're continuing to trade Volk rounds. We now head to a new objective for what will be round 7 of map 2, the potential series decider if Mayhem can pull out a Marsoc win. They'll take the whole thing, but Dark Matter have been doing so good on defense, it would be out of character for them in this map at least to give up a defensive round easily. The new objective may be enough variety there to allow for Mayhem to bring out some new strats, but Only time will tell. We have a minute and a half to sort of hash out what they want to do, and then we'll see where the nades fall. Wow. I don't know what map this is, but 3-3 right now for Blaze as well. Oh, this postseason's gonna be nuts. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea who is gonna come out on top. So many good teams in the top 16. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to it. Second to last week of regular season. Next week is the last one, and then postseason begins April 7th. Sure to be tuning into that action on the weekends because it's going to be crazy and a long day of games. But we got a game right here to tune back into, round number 7 of map number 2. Dark Matter going on defense. Mayhem with a quick spawn.
Back duty.
With a full suppressive bow here. Pushes up and denies Mono entry. Up out of his spawn. Mono tries to dive out as the shots dissipate, anticipating the reload. Esco playing with this offense. Trying to bait out pushes and find kills. And continue to rotate out and get aggressive and aggressive. Mayhem sent the other two downstairs. You can see them on the move behind Esco. But what a great little push up here. I don't know if it was worth the 1-to-1 or not, but has a good hold and has definitely thrown a curveball into the Mayhem push. Games coming up catwalk could also be threatened by this Esco position. He has to play it quietly, and I think that's his intention actually. Off of those suppressive shots, he's going to try and peek up here. And actually going to rotate off of the suppression. Esco's not going to hear this. James finds the kill, denies any more defensive hold onto this side, and it's just these three holding down objective. Deflade's in the bottom of the stairwell. A threat to toss nades up here. Has to be properly covered, and just takes a nice setup for Mayhem to get this attack where they need it to be. Ramen tucked in pretty deep. Has a clacker as well, so C4 likely placed somewhere on the corner. You can see Wookiee thoroughly scanning walls to see if he can catch that C4 placement. Not sure actually where it even is, so hard for me to spot. Definitely going to be hard for him inside the headset. Flashbang, it looks like, but could be a frag. I'd think a frag to try and detonate any C4 on the corner. It's not going to be the plan. They're actually going to push up with the flash. Doesn't go deep enough. Ramen stays tucked. Pops out there to catch 1-for-1. They now lose control of on objective, and the rotations are coming in. Now it's Deflade's turn to come up from the stairs. As Will has to cover here. The smoke actually being utilized by Will to make this peek. Wookie finds one there. Definitely botches his toss up the stairs. And Aqua's not going to be ready for the pinch on all angles. Definitely comes up in Mayhem. Take the Marsoc round on the new OBJ. They find the kills they need when the time matters. And lock in the Series W. They're going to solidify a position now, most likely up into the top 7 on the worldwide ladder. If not that, at least get very close. Still have to play that third map out, but they've taken 2 commandingly. And that leaves us with some interesting choices left. Downfall obviously on the table for range. Throw Defilade there. He's a great sniper. But it almost seems like Mayhem's been more interested in working counter to what... Oh, this is Dark Matter's pick. I was going to say, this would be strange for Mayhem to choose. Dark Matter picking the cargo, that makes sense. They want to cut things short. They want to bring things tight. They've been doing well in the close quarters space, and obviously not so much on quarantine there with a little bit of range. So trying to mimic what they had there on Subway and play it tight here on cargo. We'll see if it's enough and if they can at least take a map away. The scoreline's not out of their hands yet. If they can reverse sweep this map 3, things will be pretty dang close. DM will suffer very little from this loss, especially considering it's to a team higher in rank. And they should be able to, I don't know, set themselves up for something in the last week. I don't even know now, though, if there's enough time. A loss like this, they may just have to resign to preparing for the Challenger Cup. If they so deem to go through that test. No subs coming in either. Both squads sticking with their same teams. I wonder what the map, what number map this is. But Blaze and Kai are playing Downfall Night right now. If you want a little variety, you can check that out. Oh, there's the overall score. What is it? Quick. Oh, yeah. Map 3, just like this. Kind of a random, maybe a practice map or something. But Blaze has locked in that series against Kai, shutting down the Kai movement that they've been working on this whole later half of the season. Trying to take challenges, get all the points they can, and one loss is definitely going to hurt them in that push. Tons of smokes coming in. DM trying to practice an aggressive forward smoke heavy strat. Cell goes down to James. Esco also dead. Aqua finds the kill through the smoke, and now Wookie and Mono have to crash to defend and prevent the potential cap. All the kills coming through the chaos. DM play that one fast and furious. Together as family, lock in around. Put up a bit of a lead. They're on their way to that sweep of map 3. Quick reminder that we have matchup Saturday and Sunday scheduled, a doubleheader venues appearance on Sunday afternoon and evening matches that you're going to want to tune into there. Also, Echo Arena season starts Monday, so the qualifiers for the Master Tier are going on this upcoming weekend. If that's maybe something that interests you, if you just want to watch some VR esports, tune into that. Also, the Pavlov casting crew has started to cast more and more games, and so if you do want to check out some Pavlov esports, you can find those over on Pavlov_VRML and VRML2. Everything going to be firing on all cylinders soon enough here. All the leagues will be technically live with casts, and so follow everything of VRML, and you will be able to catch your dose of VR esports wherever you so choose it. Pretty awesome to see all the teams working in their own space and doing well and having the community receive the cast well across all of the different games. It's a testament to how much work goes into the production from people like Noman and Palador and Trip. Invest tremendous amounts of time to update and polish the assets that we have now.
I don't know how that shit works.
And I really do just want to give them a shout out as well. Getting back into the action round number 2 of map 3.
We're still going into diamond.
Who says we can't bring it back?
Oh, and Will. Catch is definitely swinging to reinforce Mono. James shutting down Esco, trying to cross. Dark Matter's left with 3 and a 3v3 as they kill Mono, trying to push up to the center. Ramen's looking to catch some toenails from underneath and can't get Cappy down. We'll shift off of that position.
We can talk about it.
Alright. Put the guns down, call the knife fight.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's come on out. I need to see hands first.
Oh no.
There's that too.
James finds the prone angle.
Limiter.
Cappy doing well to defend that. Wookiee's coming charging down the tunnel. Aqua and Matt seem pretty drawn into the position there. That's a good flash too that comes up and over. A lot of good utility getting thrown here. Wookiee dives out. Aqua's gonna miss that. Cappy's there. Matt finds the refrag. James hunting for more. Matt's gonna tuck in behind some crates. Wookiee actually gonna be popping out. He'll find the kill through the doorway. Not gonna be the reverse sweep on map 3. Mayhem not gonna make this one easy either as they tie it up 1 apiece. Could be in store for a bit of a back and forth exchange in cargo as well, just like we did see in Subway. I think the reality may be setting in that Dark Matter just had a tough quarantine map. It was their map pick that came in feeling confident, had plans for their defense, and just got shut down too fast. They lose three rounds in quick succession with a cap in there, and there's just no chance for them to either regroup or regather. And they managed to do that on Subway, but again, they lose 3-3, and now Cargo, they're keeping it close, and we'll see how long they keep it close. We do go to a new objective. Good as time as any to stand up and do a quick stretch break. much as Mayhem is able to tuck in through the smokes. Ramen, though, up through the fender, finds 2 on the corner. Cappy is getting passed up as Ramen goes in to that center point. The res comes through to at least reinforce. More trading in through the middle. Esco catches out the Molotov of James. Another goes down. Definitely, it's suddenly one of 2 defenders. Cappy comes in through the center, catches one out. Almost a team kill there. Cappy really throwing this Dark Matter squad for a loop, but
Yep. I really want to take that. I want to take it. I want to do it.
the aggression and the pushing come in from DM, and no time to assess what the plan is. It's just executed on nicely at that. A solid offensive push comes through, completely catches Mayhem off guard, shuts down their early setup that they had up in the front, and very good defense there. Excuse me, that was offense. A very good attack. We'll see how DM defends as Mayhem now get their chance at this new objective. I don't think I hit the mute button in time for that. Apologies, but had to sneeze. Just waiting for, again, the start here of round number 4. As I say that, it kicks off.
Someone, viewer
Remember, kill.
retention.
Mono kill.
It's always the objective.
Viewer. Oh,
This is
no
a good,
drums.
yeah, this is a good objective. Good code. Good objective.
For the shit. Shut up.
Wait.
Face.
Definitely struggling with words today. Folks come in. Aqua tucks to the corner. Similar defensive setup that we saw from Mayhem, but no early picks this time. Dr. Aqua shuts that down. Nice nade from Deflade, catches out a standard defensive position. Still waiting for Esco to do some damage in the center, but that's not where a lot of the gunfire is. Ramen catching some toes from the bottom of the crate here. Trade there on the edges. Esco's gonna push up and get aggressive. Catches one, can't get the second. James able to pick up the refrag. But Mayhem quickly into a 1v2 as James left alone to attack. Concerned about being pushed by the likes of DM, which is not the case, but
Do the propeller, round and round.
I don't know if he has any utility left, so it's interesting to hear him sing, because I thought the strat was just singing to his grenades. He's also singing to his bullets. Another way, defense here and alive. Ramen and Will just waiting. Pretty aggressive bit of waiting that Ramen's doing here, though, as he's pushing up to the corner. Common spot to take. Fires off a few rounds, and that's actually going to maybe have James think there's a barrel defender. I think that was the intention as well. And yep, look at that. Look at the attention that James has now shifted over to the barrel after hearing those shots. Almost feels like a bit of a bait shot to draw him out and over. almost works too, but James doesn't go down, heals, and rotates to the other side. New defensive position we've seen taken often by Will there. Very effective. Affords you a lot of room to peek out and find some picks. Does just that for Dark Matter. Mayhem get shut down on the offense and maybe a 4-1 potential here. For Dark Matter really can, again, lighten the damage to their MMR. Especially if they could win this third map. 4-1 would be great. Wouldn't be ideal, but would be great. And scoreline will be 7-9, so not that bad. 6-9, excuse me. Terrible. No. 6-9, which would certainly be less impactful to their shift in rank, but if anything, they're at this point playing spoiler to Mayhem, denying them the MMR they will need to be anywhere comfortable in the top 7. Everyone's so close in rank up there that a single win or loss is going to fluctuate you severely, and so we'll see. We'll see what teams decide to do in that final week. I highly doubt we see any challenges from anyone in the top 7. That would be a surprise, but certainly plenty from folks in the 8th, 9th. I just don't know where we're gonna. I don't know what it's gonna. I don't even know what it's gonna look like after today.
Big guns. Big pee-pee.
That's not cool.
I appreciate you.
What could be map point for Dark Matter. They have to win a offensive round on an objective. That certainly is capable. Before placement going out there. Good nade toss, clearing out one defensive position. That's a great smoke. Really good smoke. Some good flashes as well. A res comes in. And you can see that they are very concerned about the on-objective threat that is prevalent there. Robin's got his pad out in the smoke. Everyone's looking for the defense and they can't find it. Dark Matter finds the code and they close the gap even more. 5-1 in map 3. That's going to put the end score line at 7-9 instead of 6-9. Love the play there. Really well done, Smokes. You see the attempt to deny the cap from coming through, but it gets shut down, and DM put up a solid map 3. Uncharacteristic of what we saw from them, at least in quarantine. They did good on Subway, but it makes you wonder what could have been for this squad. That'll be it for me at the desk, though. Big shout out to all the sponsors. You've seen them tick across the side here. New ads rolling for Rebuff Reality. Shout out to them. Got new banners coming in, new codes to punch in. Arma 10% off with VRML. HyperX 15% off with VRML HX, I believe. The codes show in the intermission and pre-shows, so if you want to get another look there, that's what they are with VRML and VRML HX. And yeah. Appreciate everyone tuning in here today on both streams. Mine has been NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Nobody. And we will see you all this weekend with Onward and Echo Arena action. Be sure to be following all the channels, because it's going to be a lot of VRML goodness out there to tune into. Until next time, I will see you all later.